Okay, so the first one, I have to talk louder. I'm sorry, y'all. It just is what it is. The first one is, what is another name for plain P? So P is the fancy letter right here. But if we're naming it not using that, we have to use 3 points that are not on the same line. So we could not use B, C, and D. But any 3 points not on the same line from this plane. So that means we could use H, J, K, E, B, C, D. We would have to pick 3 of those points. So it could be like plane BCE or plane HKD. Any 3 points that are not on the same line. We could not use A. A is not in the plane. We could not use G, F, L, or I because those are not in the plane. Okay, number 2. What is another name for line L? So line L is this guy right here. And if we're going to name line L, we would name it line AB or line BA. So it would be line AB or line BA. Number 3, what is the intersection of LI and IJ? So if we go find LI, here's LI, IJ, there's IJ. Where do they intersect? Right at I. That's a point, so we use 1 capital letter to indicate that point, point I. What is the intersection of plane FGE and plane P? So plane P is this guy, and FGE is that side of the box right there. So they intersect along this line right here. That is line EH. So we would say line EH. Number 5, list 3 collinear points. Now remember, collinear means on the same line. And we actually only have one option here. We only have one line that has 3 points on it, and that's this line right here. So when we list these points, we would list B, C, and D with commas between them, B, C, and D, because those are 3 separate things. Notice there's not a line on top of it. We're not naming a line, we're naming 3 separate points. Number 6, what is the intersection of line L with line M? So I find line L, I find line M, and I find where they connect. And where do they connect? At point B. So for my answer, I would just put a capital letter B. That names the intersection. Number 7, list 1 point that is non-coplanar. Now remember, non-coplanar means not on the same plane. Not on the same plane. With plane EFL. So let's go back to our diagram and find plane EFL. So here's E, here's F, here's L. So this front side of the box, that front side is plane EFL. And if we want to write a point that's not coplanar with that, that could be any point on this diagram except E, F, L, and K. And K is on that same plane. So we could name any other point, literally any other point that's not on that plane right there. Okay? So that could be any of them. It could be G, it could be I, it could be H, it could be J, it could be D, C, B, A. None of those are on that same plane. But you could not use K. Couldn't use K. Okay, number 8, how many total planes are there? How many total planes are shown? So we know we've got the top, that's 1, this side, 2, this side over here is 3, the back is 4, the front is 5, and the bottom of the box and the diagram plane are the same plane. So that makes 6. So there's 6 total planes listed. 6 total listed. On this one, I'm going to write any point except K. All right. List 1 point that is coplanar with points L and G. So 1 point that is coplanar with points L and G. So here's L, here's G, and we want another point that's in that same plane with those two. Well, these two are in the plane together that's on the top of this box. So we could either do F or we could use I. And either one of those. You just need one, but it could be either one of them, F or I.